Hello, Facebook, YouTube, 3H Nation. All right. Now I put out the questions on the 3H Nation. When you do this now, as I want to repeat, this idea of 1 Corinthians 1 and 10 fellowship agenda is to get people talking about what the questions. Now, I know these questions seem so simple, and you got your answer to it, and your answer probably might be correct. But this idea is not so much about the right answer, but it's to get people to discuss this idea, because the ideal is that that you need to get them to talk about what their perspective is, because people are living according to their own perspective. You know what I'm saying? And but when you have a discussion like this, you're making them see what they're saying. Because I found out, in darkness, people don't see what they're saying. They only feel what they really believe. They only feel what they really believe, but they don't see what they're saying in the spirit. They don't see what they're saying in the spirit. But the more you ask questions, the more you create different discussion and help people to reason of course, what's your definition of love? You know what I'm saying? What do you think most people define love? You know what I'm saying? And it says, are we supposed to create a definition of love or discover what love is? Now, I'm going to use this ideal questioning on a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to use this 3 ideal questioning on a lot of things. Y'all, it's going to look weird. But these are the 3 questions that are very important if reality. It's funny, things come in 3s. God showed me that. It's like, oh man, it's powerful. And the powerful sequence of these questioning will help a person look at what they define and look at what they're supposed to be doing. Now, the thing is, because God told me, either we are in a position to define things. The world system is all about, of course, making people define their own reality. You know what I'm saying? And I learned that, pretty much, life and looking at people love speaking from their own perspective. And of course, I learned in Proverbs, 1st chapter, when it talks about, it was talking about their own ways, doing things concerning their own ways and using their own devices. You know what I'm saying? In Proverbs, something like that. And the thing is, everybody is living are making decisions based upon their own perspective. We're going to help. We want to them to speak from their perspective of how they look at the ideal of what we're questioning. We're talking about love. We're talking, and we're going to try to get their definition best way as possible. And, of course, the last question is kind of like pretty much a discussion question, the main discussion. Do we think we can define the love, or we supposed to discover love? Now, I want y'all to kind of not, like, oh yeah, we supposed to discover love. I know that we supposed to discover love. But here's what, operating and understanding is all about. It's to get the person to keep on questioning the explanation. You know what I'm saying? Because when they start questioning the explanation or discussing their standpoint, their viewpoint of how, whatever they're talking about of love, what happens is they start to see where they're at. You know what I'm saying? A person will start to see where they're at. This is my ideal view of love. I think love is this and love is that, and I can define my love. You know what I'm saying? And they start looking at their love definition like, wait a minute, the more you question and expound, or you question their idea of love. You know what I'm saying? Well, if this is love, then will it do this? If it's love, will it do that? Oh God. If it's love, would it be about this? You know what I'm saying? And to question their ideal spectrum of love, and what purpose does it serve? Because, you know, here's the thing. Like, people like to say, "Oh, I love people." You know what I'm saying? You hear people say that, "I love people." Do they realize what they just said? You know what I'm saying? When you say that you love people, you're saying that, technically, you're saying that you love everybody. But is it such thing in a world we live in that everybody loves everybody? No. Everybody don't love everybody. In reality, you know what I'm saying? There's people that has been done wrong to in their life by somebody, and, you know, bad stuff happened that caused people to make bad decisions towards people, or somebody did some evil towards someone, and someone created an ought and against people, and, you know, bitterness and hatred happened. Somebody faced a horrible disappointment in their life. You know what I'm saying? Now they got bitterness in their heart, and it's tough for them to love people or talk to certain people. But the thing is, the idea of this is about creating conversations with as many as possible. You know what I'm saying? And simple, brief answers, you know, from them, and say what they think about love is, and love, you know, and you question what they say. You be on an agenda of questioning what they say, not giving the answer. Because the thing is, you want them to discover within their own heart to see what they perceive. That's what the idea, like I said, of Matthew 13, is when they start to perceive, because you keep questioning to see if their ideal definition of love has any more likely weight to it. You know what I'm saying? Is it something, or is it nothing? Is it talking about something, or is it talking about nothing? Because here's the thing I want to talk about love, you know, that love and lust, that I learned by love and lust, that, you know, people live by, you know, unfortunately we live in a world that's all about the lust of the flesh, lust of the eyes, pride of life. And of course, Satan is disguising lust with love, and people are believing it based upon the lust of the flesh, and they are now and lust is the system that tries to get people to create their own definition. This is my ideal of love. This is my ideal of love. See, me, myself, and I, the cursed Trinity. This is my definition of love. This is my definition of whatever. You know what I'm saying? It's what really Satan is on the agenda to create more fools in this world. You know, this is my ideal. This is mine. Me, myself, and I, the cursed Trinity. You're going to find that evil Trinity to come out of people is in everybody. But they're going to speak from their perspective. And what we're supposed to do is discuss their perspective and how it's supposed to make sense of everything. Oh yeah, I was talking about people say they love people. You're saying that you love everybody. When you say you love people, you love everybody, because you never specify what kind of people. You know what I'm saying? You say you love everybody. But come on, reality, people don't love everybody. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, they don't see that. But they will say something like that. Well, I love everybody. You don't love everybody. You know what I'm saying? If we put some negative person in your life, or somebody did you negative wrong and in front of you, you're not going to love them. You know what I'm saying? You're not, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, because people are in darkness. But the more you question in these fellowship agenda, you know, we're going to come into understanding. Like, for instance, I can use the lies I was meditating on. I like to use the car, you know, and and the fuel, you know what I'm saying? Fuel, I call influence fuel, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we have cars, and cars, you know, run by gasoline. And gasoline is what we're supposed to put in the car. But what if we put water in the car? Now, it's like water doesn't belong in the car. Okay, water doesn't belong in the car. But what if we will put water in the car? If we put water in the car, why would we put water in the car? You know what I'm saying? That's stupid. Why will you put water in the car? Well, here's the thing about the tendency of lust. Lust is all about whatever. Yes. Y'all know how it is when it's about lust. I eat whatever, do whatever I want to, whenever I want to, whatever I want to, concerning the negativity of the lust of the flesh, whatever. And that's what it is. It's like, oh, it looks like, this water looks like gasoline. Whatever, I'll put it, in my car. And we will do things on the ideal spectrum of whatever. Now watch this. We will put, and here's another reason why we will put water in there. Because water is less expensive. Yes, less expensive. Water is less expensive. And people will put less expensive water inside of their car as something less expensive because it's cheap, it's cheap, water, I mean, it's not cheap enough, I got somebody bothering me here. He's going into my videos. Okay, you already in. You gotta say some name or something.
How you doing? It's Scott.
It's Scott. Okay, because they want to know who bothering me while I'm laughing. Okay, it's less expensive. I mean, it's cheap. Water's cheap. Cheaper than gasoline. See, and that's what love is. I mean, lust is. Lust is a cheap form of doing something. And now watch this. If you put water in a car, you know that your car is going to break down. And yes, when you put lust is all about, making people break down. You know what I'm saying? Break down and not have the inability to perform the ideal of love. And lust will not take you anywhere. You know what I'm saying? It won't take you anywhere. Now, love will take you somewhere, but love is expensive. Now, love is gasoline. The very thing that is supposed to be in there. And gasoline is expensive. You know what I'm saying? But this very thing that is expensive is supposed to give us the ability to perform what needs to be performed. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, well, we need to realize that that of course Jesus Christ showed us love, that he did ideal act. Oh, hello, how you doing, sir?
I like that shirt.
All right. This expensive, Jesus showed this expensive love that he gave his life for us. He died on the cross for our sins. He took 39 lashes and a crown of thorns to give us this expensive love that we have the ability to go far and further to who we are, pretty much. Genesis 1:26, made in the image and the likeness of God. Is the ideal parallel that I will put, ideals out there that people can see if this is right or this is wrong or this is, they will see to question if they do have love or do they don't have love. But they have to discover that, you know what I'm saying, is what, is important. You got to discover if you have that, love, you know what I'm saying, or you don't have love. But as what the rule of the 3H Nation code is, honesty, hopefully they'll become honesty to become real, you know what I'm saying, humble to realize, humility to understand reality is what the quest we hope everybody will get in, to really become one in the truth, become one in the truth. That's the only way it can be performed, to become one in the truth. But it's important to get everybody else's, explanation when you're doing this fellowship, agenda. All right, that's the message. Copy. Go to him for Jesus' name. Amen.